There's Miss Sue getting in the back of our old Buick. It's a nice car. And that's Bob Stockton and his two daughters, Janice and Kathy, coming out of the house. At that time, we lived in Tecumseh, Oklahoma, and had a nice little frame house there. I liked it. And so we're off to the races. I can't see the face of the lady that's holding her. She's smiling. We're going to the eastern part of the state, and this right here was a lookout. It's kind of getting in the mountainous, hilly area, and there's a nice little lookout there. We're getting pretty close to the Grand Lake. That could be the lake behind us. This Will Rogers Memorial Museum in Claremore, Oklahoma. A lot of famous people that was born and raised in Oklahoma. Will Rogers was probably the very best known of all of them. But there's the boat on Grand Lake that takes people out for rides. We're going down to have a closer look. Old Spanish Treasure Cave. There's an old water pump. See the water come out? Got a little drink there. Well, Miss Janice is not all that excited about the whole thing right there. I don't know what the problem is. Got a rock in her shoe. Got that taken care of. Well, I believe we were in Cassville, Missouri. This is where Sue's mother's side of the family came from. And this is where her uncles and aunts and grandparents on the King side of the family is from. And we see who these people are. It's beautiful country. That's her grandfather there, Mr. King, Grandpa King. And that guy is working there, that's his son. I remember when is that we used clotheslines to dry clothes before we had clothes dryers. One of the chores that you had to do. That's one of the king's sons. That's one of Nancy's uncles, or the Sue's circles, Sue's uncles. Her grandpa and grandma owned a grocery store there in Cassville. Cassville is not far away from Roaring River, which is it's a beautiful sight, a river coming right out of the side of a mountain. And since we're out having a picnic now, we may be at Roaring River. Yeah, I can see it in the background behind the cars there, the river coming down. That's one of Sue's relatives. I can't tell you who. They have a trout hatchery there at Roaring River, and they raise trout. And they also open part of it up. There's a river coming out of the mountain. It didn't have a start. That it just comes out of the mountain, and it's beautiful, clear water. But they also have trout fishing there. They release so many minutes of the trout around there for fish. There's Sue and Kathy and Jen. And there's another little girl there, the red, and I don't know who that is. That's a lot of water coming out of the mountain. There's some people there out fishing. That's part of the trout hatchery. There's Miss Janice Kay. That guy there was saying is her great uncle. That'd be her grandmother's brother. There's Grandma King. Yeah, sitting there in a chair, a wheelchair. There's Grandpa King and his son, and Janice Kay. There's Kathy Joy with her mother, Sue Ellen. Grandpa King looks pretty relaxed, doesn't he? He's kicked back there pretty comfortable. There was little hair curlers and the lady's hair sitting there. Grandma and Grandma King.